Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. I'm Ed, I'm here with Chris, a fellow Treehouse member. We're going to take a closer look here at Hyrule Warriors, something that I know a lot of Zelda fans, a lot of Dynasty Warriors fans are super excited about.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to be excited? This is a fusion of, the Zelda universe with the Dynasty Warriors, very fast-paced, frenetic, huge battles. So we actually have a special demo here for Treehouse Live at E3. So we could,
Midna?
we should probably start with Link. No, of course we're going to do Midna. Ha! Oh, that was beautiful. Everyone thought I was really going to do that.
Everybody did. By the way, I just want the best loading screen ever.
It's so charming. Just seeing the little guys there. There's more little references like that in the game. Spoiler alert. This game is a love letter to Zelda. Spoiler.
As
big old spoiler.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that. So, rest assured, it's doing right by your fandom. So in this particular level, there's a lot of levels inspired by previous Zelda games. This one, however, is inspired by Twilight Princess, specifically the Palace of Twilight.
Right.
And I'll be commanding Midna here. Everyone loves Midna. She's just kind of floating around doing her thing.
You're surrounded by your buds.
She, of course, her run, she can create this little Twilight wolf here to run around and attack enemies. So I'm just going to start wailing on enemies wholesale here because that's the whole point right now. In most Zelda games, you have to be careful and sneaky and you have to do thought. This one, there's still some careful, sneaky thought, but you also got to wail on those enemies.
Oh, it's so delicious.
It's so great. So basic attacks here. These are just my weak attacks. This is my weak attacks. Doing some weak attack combos here. It's kind of basic, hand slap. I can also mix in a strong attack here. Do a bigger one with some wolves show up. This here is a captain. So this is a Re-Dead Knight. These guys are going to be stronger than just your standard little goblins there. He's going to try to use his classic attacks here where he freezes me. When that happens, he's actually weak. So if I let him do that, I can actually start throwing bombs at him, start hitting his weak point gauge. Once that goes down, I'll be able to do a bigger attack to him. It's tricky, because I don't have the best item in this particular demo to hit him with. But I can still attack him pretty good. So there's actually a lot. This is one of many captains. In this level, we'll actually see some others. I'm going to go try to find some Arrowfuls. Because those guys are a little more fun to fight than Re-Dead at the moment.
Yeah, and for people who maybe aren't as familiar with the Dynasty Warriors franchise, I mean, this is what it is. So you're putting Zelda in this world, and this mixture it seems to work really, really well.
It really does. I mean, this is exciting to see characters. I mean, people have never controlled Midna because she was on Link's back. This is the first time you get to actually pull her out and say, "Okay, Midna, you're one of Zelda lore's favorite characters. Let's bring it back. Everyone loves you. What can you do? What can you do for us?"
And now to be able to see that, have that opportunity to do so.
Exactly. So now we have some different captains here. Right. They have a different thing that'll happen that'll make their weak point happen. They'll actually spike into the ground with their sword. I'm waiting for that. Or I would if I bothered to wait. I don't want to. I want to go attack this keep right now because I'm impatient. I don't have to be patient in this game.
This is the ultimate game for those of us who lack patience.
Exactly. They're still going to follow me in here because that's just how it goes. But I'm going to try to take this keep. The whole point of taking keeps is to entrench your location, really solidify your control of the battlefield. So once I get in here, you'll notice a little gauge that right now says lower level east. This is the keep. So once that gauge goes down to nothing, the keep boss will appear. Once I take him out, then my army will control this keep, which is the goal. So I'm gonna just keep attacking these guys. I can use attack combos, very simple controls. I'm making it look probably a lot simpler because I know how to do a little dodging here, dodging there. I'm all about quick attacks. Again, I'm not a patient player here, and I don't have to be.
Well, and this is one actually that would probably be to your disadvantage if you were naturally.
Kinda. I mean, there are characters that require you to do a bit more thought, but I mean, Midna here is frenetic. She's fast. You got to keep going. So now I've taken this keep, which is good because now instead of spawning enemies, it's going to spawn my guys. Yeah. So I got to get to the next one. I got to get to the upper level east next because those are my goals right now. I can also stop by these outpost captains, but first, of course, the enemies are going to break the bridges because why wouldn't they?
Narrative twist.
There you go. In the meantime, I got these outpost captains. If I break these guys down, these little outposts, instead of spawning bad guys, once again, the good guys are going to start showing up here. And of course, I'm going to have Arrowfuls following me. That's okay though. I got an item coming up that's going to help me take care of them as soon as I get done with this keep here. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to use a big special attack. So once I get my yellow special attack meter up to max, I can pull out a bigger specialer attack. Hence, special attack.
Did you say specialer?
It's specialer than most. I mean, this is a pretty special attack, but it's the most specialist of attacks. I can also huck bombs here. So this is one of the many Zelda items that you can use. Bombs are pretty basic. You get this in the first mission. You can see everyone's been playing out on the show floor. This is not on the show floor. This is exclusive content.
This
here.
is, yes.
This is special
Only place to see it, right here.
Only place to see this, right here.
Chris, you are whomping them.
That's the goal. Like this Redhead here, I wish I could break down his meter, but as soon as I get the next item here, okay, so the keep bosses appear, which is good because I want to get this keep. So I know what's in this keep, and I want this because the bridges are down. How am I going to get through those bridges once the bridges are down?
We'll see.
We will see. So take it over. So I own this now. My mission is successful. I need to take these two sides on the east. That was very important to my position. Very important.
So you see Impa off on the horizon, but
she
got a little action going on here.
I got a chest. I got to get a chest now. First, I'm going to get a little magic. Hopefully I can fill my magic meter because I really want to show you my magic attack, but I didn't do that yet. So let's check what's in the chest. Who can guess? Quick! Someone at home guess what is in this chest and you win the knowledge that it's the hook shot is in this chest.
Knowledge is the most important thing.
It is really important.
Of all things. That is a great prize.
In all of the Dynasty Warriors franchise and Zelda Warriors franchise, knowledge is the greatest strength. My level is 6. I'm actually level 6 of knowledge.
That's good.
Thank you. We're here to learn. We're here to experience not just great games, but learning. And we're going to learn how to take down this Twilight Dragon. Argarok. So now that I have the hook shot, I have a much better defense and offense against all of these arrow folds that are flying around. Because now I can actually shoot myself to them, which is nice.
The chaos in here is just like, it's just to the point of being maddening, and it keeps you at that level of like, just on the edge of excitement the entire time.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna let this guy go. I'm gonna try to take down that dragon. Because that's what I want to do right now the most. That's what we gotta do. Because that's very important, because I can't let the allied base fall. If that falls, we lose. We don't want that. I can't lose. My boss specifically said, if I lose in this demo, if I let Midna fall, I pretty much let go. I don't get to come home. This is no longer Treehouse Live. It's Treehouse dead. I'll be gone. I'll be fired. Treehouse fired.
We're using a hook shot now to navigate your way through.
Yep. So right now, this base, I don't have to bother this base, because this one is ours. We own this base. And my magic is full, which is great. I'm going to wait until my special is full so I can use this special attack that Zelda fans, Midna fans especially, are going to like. So I'm going to wait for that. I can actually increase my special meter. Now it's full. Okay. Now we're going to go over and we're going to go take...
Wait for it.
We're going to go take another base here. I can take this one. I'm going to take this base. So first I'm going to use my magic here. When I hit my magic, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm more resilient, which is great. But I don't want to use my magic. I want to use my magic and my special attack with magic. I'm going to actually use the Fuse Shadow.
You're double dipping here.
Do a downed attack here. Take care of some guys. Big attack at once. Just a little satisfying little tidbit there. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to do Midna right. We're going to do Midna right. We're going to do Midna right.
You almost taste the epic.
It's just delicious. And this is but one of the characters. We've already shown off that Link is there. We've already shown off that you're going to be getting people with Zelda. And I'll do Zelda another time. I'll talk about her another day because she is a fun character to play as. Boy, I tell you what. All these characters are fun to play as. That's one of the biggest selling points I want to say, is every character feels and plays uniquely. They have their own special signature weapon, signature style. So you really feel like Midna is going to play very different from Link. Link is much faster. He's much more combo-based, whereas Midna, you have to know what you're doing a little bit. You have to know just enough. You can't just go in and mash, 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 because she's got a lot of slowdown. You have to go in and plan accordingly. So right now, this mission, first I need to take this base. That's important. And I actually took the base over by the allied base. That because otherwise, that's going to be really deadly, having a bunch of enemies constantly spawning and showing up at my base. I don't want that. Because if it falls again, I lose instantly. It's all about controlling the field.
Mr. Keep Boss, you ain't gonna last very long.
Luckily, the Keep Bosses, it takes a while sometimes to get to them, and especially if the enemy's morale is high. Luckily, the enemy morale is normal, which is good. If it's high, enemies are going to be more difficult to defeat. And I don't think in this demo the morale is going to change much, other than just my own personal morale is pretty high right now. I feel good. I
Well,
feel great.
that's what's important here.
That's what's important. You have to have good esteem.
That's good.
It's also important. I am at esteem level 6. I feel very confident in my abilities. Zelda's over here fighting this arrow full. And there we go. I'm going to try to attack him. Okay, so that's one way. I'm gonna come in with a hook shot. Try to get him. Oh, he thinks he's got me. I should be blocking, but I'm too impatient to block.
Using the hook shot in battle, that's always one of my favorite things to do.
It's great. Wait for him to get in the air, and now I'm gonna try to pull him down. There we go. Now we're gonna get him. Now we're gonna get him. Okay, so this, once you get that weak point down, you're gonna do a big old attack. Boom! Which is great. That's so satisfying, especially when you spend a lot of time against a Redead or an Arrow Full or any other enemies. Okay, so now Zelda's no longer fighting that guy. So now she's clear. I need her.
She's good.
I need her to get over here because she needs to make a magic circle. It's very imperative. Otherwise, that dragon is just going to keep flying around up there.
Right.
So she's on the move now. She's good. She gets distracted very easily right now because she too is pulling her weight. She's not just going to sit around. Zelda does not sit around in this game. A lot of people think, oh, she's going to be kidnapped. No, she's not kidnapped. She is busy. Where did she go?
She's got stuff to do, people.
You got to find her, and people are like, oh, no. In the first mission, like, you got to find her. She's not kidnapped. She's busy. And it's more like, oh, dang, we need to get to her right now because she's really busy, and we don't want to look lame next to Zelda. Okay, so she's moving along. She's going to get here and activate the magic circle, which is good. Because I need that, because I cannot reach that dragon.
Magic circle.
I gotta say, writing for Midna has been super great.
This is what you've been wanting for years, right?
I'm a super Zelda fan, and so being told, okay, you gotta write for this game, Midna's in the game. Like, really? Like, yeah, you gotta write for Midna. I will do that. I will get to do that. I got to write for so many Zelda characters, which is intimidating. Because once you played the games for so long, and they're like, okay, you have these characters you have to write for, interacting with each other. It's like, don't screw that up, because people will know, and they will not be happy.
Well, you'll know. You'll be one of those people.
I will. I'll get mad at myself. I'll actually get on the forums, and I will talk about how myself is inadequate in that experience. So once again, Argrok has come back. That first attack, it was unsuccessful, which is a shame. So I got to wait a little bit here. He showed back up, and they're talking like it didn't get the job done. So luckily, there's another alternative to this. So I'm going to go over here to the fairy fountain. And here's another thing. The Zelda fans are going to be happy. So
this is awesome.
This is one of the best things we will show at E3 all year long. So this is a great fairy. We love the great fairy.
Yes.
She'll show up. She will show up in missions to help you out. She'll usually strengthen your items. And this one, my hook shot, I tried to grab Argrok and pull him down with a powered up hook shot that didn't work. So she's going to pull out all of her fairies. We're going to use a bigger hook shot. You're still struggling, but we're going to let this sink in. No spoilers.
Terrifying.
This is just glorious. How else are you going to get a giant Twilight Dragon out of the sky? You're going to pull down the moon from Majora's Mask is what you're going to do. Now the dragon is on our level. Now I can take him out on my terms, which is what I wanted the whole time.
All right,
so I gotta wait here.
Down.
I got this down. I got this going. So when he's weak like that right now I can hit him with a hook shot. Pull him down. Midna here. You do not mess with Midna. She will pull a dragon out of the sky. She just will. Now I gotta attack his weak point gauge. He's gonna get back up and he's gonna hit me hard, so I gotta make sure I get away from him. And I can also cut grass while I'm waiting. Get some rupees here. Maybe get some hearts that I don't need, which is fine. Get back here. Try to hit him with a hook shot. Pull him down. Again, Midna does not care. How big is this dragon? How big is Midna? Doesn't matter. She is the Twilight Princess. Bam. Boom. All right. Just got to wait for him to give me one more. I'm going to pull him down. I'm going to get him with a big attack. Of course, he's just going to keep pulling this. He's going to start changing up after halfway point because it's just, that's the boss tactic. Halfway point, he's going to get mad and he's going to start changing up his routine. But for now, I'm going to get hit him hard. Just give him a good old punch. And now he's at half damage. So in fact, I can let him. I don't even have to bother with him right now. I can come back and beat him anytime I want. I'm going to go just check out some more of this level. Because you see, I've only really focused on a little bit of the east side, a little bit of the south.
You got south.
I can go explore all I want. And this mission is in the game, but this is a shrunk down version of that mission. That full mission, much different. There's a lot more to it. I will defeat the dragon by the end of this demo here, but in the full mission, other things are going to happen. There's going to be more enemies. There's going to be another big enemy I have to fight. Big as in like oh, I'm going to fight this enemy? Yes, you will. Here's kind of a fun thing. This is a little minor, but you got to love this. With your bombs, you can destroy rocks. Like right there would have been a secret thing in the full game. And I see Argarok does not want to wait for me. He's going to follow me across the entire map. That's cool. That's good. That means I'm in control. I'm going to take out this outpost captain because he's so inconsequential to me that I can do this. Argarok seems important. Nah, I want to get the outpost captain. Take out some more enemies, just my special attack. Cool. That's a great thing is where you may be on a timer for a mission where you'll have quite a bit of time to defeat a mission. You have a lot of time to explore these areas, and these maps are pretty big. And there are some secrets to be found.
I mean, you've got the option to pretty much play. I mean, he's following you, but you could go and clear out this entire map.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm in control. I feel fine. The allied base is safe. He's not attacking it with fireballs from up high because I pulled him down with the moon, which is what you do with dragons.
It's what you do.
Again, we're all about learning here. When a dragon threatens your homeland, pull the moon out of the sky. That seems fair. That's really just what you learn in elementary school in Hyrule or Termina.
Yeah, we need the quote book up here.
We really do. This is vital knowledge. This dragon will not let me alone. I want to take this keep. I don't want to fight you, dragon.
You've already incensed him.
Of course I have. He should be mad, but I don't. He's so insignificant to me.
Argarok, don't forget.
He don't. I don't care. I could actually spend an entire mission just trying to control the entire map, and I might just do that. Because I'm in control. I'm Midna.
I mean, it's definitely something, you know, you start getting that completionist knocking on.
Oh my goodness, don't even get started on how long this game is. To get everything in this game is going to be a long process.
But I want my map blue.
Exactly. You want your blue map. Argarok, leave me alone. I got arrowfuls to take out. I have a keep to obtain. That's a dangerous attack too. If I just kind of let him hit me with that fire, it'll do way more damage. Like I talk big, but I've caught that before, and I'm not gonna let that happen right now. See, I love. It's so satisfying to take a keep and have all these enemies just get thrown back.
Well, talk about your combos a little bit that you're mainly sticking with Midna here.
Okay, so Midna's got a few. This is sort of basic heavy attack because I can grab someone, throw them. Now I'm powered up a little bit. I got my, this is just my YYY combo, my YYY hand slap.
Right.
But it looks like I did fail. I let my base fall. As much as I was talking, I let the base fall. Hyrule Forces lost the battle. That's
a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing.
Well, I think this is actually a good stopping point because we've got a couple special guests here that are going to be joining us. They're coming to the stage right now. We have one of our developer friends from Tecmo Koei. We also have. You want to come on out?
Please come on up.
We also have Mr. Ayanuma as well joining us. We have Reiko from the Treehouse. She's going to be helping us with translation. Thank you all for coming by. This is very exciting.
I'm going to jump back in. It's late.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it going again.
I'm going to fix this problem. This dragon is going down fast.
So, we're looking at Hyrule Warriors. I know everyone's really excited to hear your sort of take and what went into this game. So, please, if you'd like to open up with your thoughts.
今回来られてるお客様もTwitch で見られてるお客様もいろいろこのゲームについていろいろ興味を持っているかと思うんですけれども開発している皆さんにちょっと一言お願いします。はい。
ましたんで、もう少々お届けするまでお時間かかりますけど、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。
So everyone at the development studio is working very hard to deliver on everyone's hopes for this particular project. We'll still need a little bit more time to get it to where we want to put into people's hands, but we're hoping to make it something that everyone enjoys.
Very cool. We got Chris is tearing it up here.
I have to. I made a big mistake, and I'm fixing this now.
This is good.
大失敗したけど今直そうとしてます。
Mr. Ainuma, perhaps you could speak to the sort of inspiration of where this game came from.
このゲームのインスピレーションについて青沼さんからお願いしたいんですけれども。
はい。無双シリーズっていうのは光栄テコンさんがずっと昔から作ってきてて、今回ゼルダでそういうの作りたいって話が来たんですけど、たまたまねその他のコラボタイトル、無双のコラボタイトル僕ちょうど遊んでて、これでゼルダ作ったらどんなことになるんだろうなってすごく思ってた時にその話がやってきたんで、もう絶対やらせてくださいって話をしたんですよね。
Tech McCoy has been working on the Dynasty Warriors series for a while, and when they approached me with this idea for creating a Zelda version of the game, I just happened to actually be playing another collaboration version of Dynasty Warriors, so that the timing lined up really, really well. And and I was actually, as I was playing, I was thinking to myself, what would a Zelda version of this game look like? So it was just really, really timely. It was really fortunate that the timing, that they approached me when they did.
I mean, I know this is something that a lot of fans of both franchises are really excited to see. And in the Nintendo Direct we saw, there was a lot of talk about how sort of Mr. Ainuma gave you guys a lot of freedom in developing this game. And I know a lot of people are interested to know like what your thoughts were in creating this with that sort of freedom and working with the Zelda universe.
無双のファンにとってもゼルダのファンにとってもすごい楽しみにしているタイトルだと思うんですけれども、デジタルイベントの中で光栄テクノさんから青沼さんにいろいろ任せてもらえたってすごい責任を感じたっていう風な話がありましたけれども、どういうアプローチを取りましたか？
結局ゼルダシリーズってやっぱり今までのコラボレーションの我々のタイトルと違ってそもそもゼルダの伝説っていうゲームがあるので、我々もどうしてもゼルダの伝説のゲーム部分を取り入れようとしちゃったんですね。だけど今回我々が作るのはゼルダ無双って新しいゲームなので、そういうことじゃないよっていうのを青沼さんに言っていただいて、例えば爆弾1個取っても今回のは爆弾いっぱい投げたり大きい爆弾投げたりするんですけど、それって今までの本編とは違う全然投げ方なんですけど、今回のゼルダ無双だったらいいよねっていう風に言ってもらっていて、そういうゼルダの伝説とは違う遊びに持っていくっていうのが実は一番シンプルですけど一番時間のかかったところですね。
We've worked on several collaboration versions of Dynasty Warriors, and when we got the okay to work on a Zelda version, we thought really hard about, okay, what are those essential things of Zelda that we need to make sure we include in this version to make sure that we stay true to the series, because, Legend of Zelda has many fans. It's got, there are many versions of the game that people really, really love. So we tried to, our approach was to make sure that we stayed true to the Zelda franchise. But when we spoke to Mr. Aonuma, he said, he gave us the freedom to not feel so tied to those, because this is a Dynasty Warriors that takes place in the Zelda universe. He said he kind of allowed us to strike that balance. So in this particular game, in Zelda games, normally you throw a bomb, but with this one you can throw multiple bombs or one big bomb. So we were able to kind of customize the different Zelda features, but make them appropriate to this particular gameplay.
The fact that you've integrated the hookshot into this world where, I mean, it's absolute controlled chaos, but it's absolute chaos out there. And the fact that you're still using Zelda items that you've acquired as rewards, as bonuses throughout that is a really fun idea that I think a lot of people are digging here today.
ゼルダの世界にあるフックショットを本当にワイワイざわざわいろいろ起きてるシーンの中で使われてるっていうのはやっぱりバランス取れてる、すごいバランスが取れてるように感じるんですけれども、なのでゼルダのアイテムに使い慣れてる人たちでも新しい感っていうのが感じられるんじゃないかと思います。
絶対そうです。
Oh, yes, definitely. They've done that. They were able to take those essences of Zelda and really apply them to this particular world in the gameplay.
Great. You see Chris continue and just tear it up here.
I told you, I have to make up for lost ground. I let the allied base fall. That is a big no-no.
Chris feels like he has disappointed us all. I want you to know this, so he's trying to make up for it.
さっき失敗した部分をなんていうやり直しっていう気持ちで皆さんにどうしても見せたいんですよ。自分ができるっていうところを。
いやでもクリス君すごい上手ですよ。
I'm actually really impressed at how good Chris is at this game.
かなり難易度高いステージです。
This is a really difficult stage.
I mean, Chris has definitely had a lot of practice. One of the things that I think, Chris and I kind of talked a little bit about this too, but in seeing this game, the sort of accomplishment ladder that exists in Zelda, in the sort of the feeling that it brings about in a player every time you pull off something or you see something off in the distance and you can't quite get it yet, but you know that soon you'll be able to. If you pull it off, if you've earned it. In this game, there's almost another level. The massive hordes of enemies adds this other level of that sort of accomplishment, warm fuzzy. That it's almost like a new Zelda feeling, honestly. That's really kind of awesome.
ゼルダのゲームの中でその達成感っていうのはやっぱり非常に大事なもので、例えばあるダンジョンに入ってなんかあるんだけど今のアイテムでは届かないっていう風なそのプレイヤーをそういう風に感じさせてこの先なんかいいものなんか手に入れればそこまでいけるっていう風に思いしながらどんどん進めてもらうっていうことがすごい大事だと思うんですけれども、ハイルル・ウォリアーズではそれもあるんですけれども、このたくさんいる敵を倒しながらそれをやっていくっていうのがありますので、よりこの世界に合ったちょっと違う達成感っていうのが含まれているのですごい楽しいと思います。
そう宝箱を開けたりその宝箱が出てくるそういう仕掛けをね解いたりするっていういわゆるゼルダらしいものもありつつ、その各所で起きてる戦闘に自分はどういうふうに加わっていくかみたいなことが、両方バランスよく入ってるっていうのがね、今回のこのゼルダ無双の一番面白いところですよね。
Yeah, certainly. You definitely have that treasure chest that you have to get to. You have to get that treasure chest, and inside that treasure chest, there's maybe the key or something that allows you to move to the next stage, or so that sense of accomplishment that you were talking about, and like you said, also being able to defeat all these enemies while accomplishing all these other feats within the game is definitely part of the experience, and they've done a great job balancing those two things.
So back to your father.
こんなのもゼルダファンの皆さんには喜んでもらえるんじゃないかなと思いますよ。
And I was hoping that Zelda fans would like scenes like this.
Absolutely.
It's a nod.
I'm actually jealous of her pants. Her pants look super comfy.
ズボンはなんか履きやすいですね。履きやすいものになってますね。
So if you could get Chris a pair of those pants, I think he'd be very happy.
じゃあクリスさんにぜひそういうズボンをプレゼントしてください。
Great. I love seeing this scene. It's also, something else that is something you don't do a lot in the Zelda world is the sort of map maintenance that the Dynasty Warriors really brings a new feel for. Maybe you guys could talk a little bit about how integrating that with the Zelda world and sort of any challenges you experienced with that, perhaps.
ゼルダのゲームの中で地図はやっぱりあるんですけれども、やっぱり無双の地図っていうのをまた別な使い方っていうかをされてるんですけれども、それについてちょっとご説明いただけます？
はい、このハイラルウォリアーズっていうのは、ステージ全部がその戦場になっていて、敵も味方もそれぞれ行動してるんですよね。その中で自分がどこに加勢して、敵を倒して、この戦場を自分に有利に導いていくかっていう遊びになりますんで、その右はなんでしょうね、自分一人のものじゃなくて戦場全体のみんなの状況、自分一人じゃなくてもどんどん変わっていくっていう状況があるので、それを楽しんで自分でどんどん変えていく楽しみっていうのがあります。そういう意味で言うとマップ自体はあるけど、マップの遊び方っていうのは本当ゼルダ本編とは全然違う遊びになってます。
You're exactly right. Hyrule Warriors, the way the map is used is definitely different from the way that it's used in a Zelda game. In Hyrule Warriors, the playing field it's just a big battlefield, and you know, it's not just you that's battling these enemies. There's battles happening all over this map. So it's up to the player to decide, you know, what their strategy is going to be, how they're going to go about, you know, claiming these different spaces, these different areas of the battlefield as they go. So, you know, it's a different way of using the map from a traditional Zelda game, but it supports the gameplay.
It really does. It adds a really deep sense of urgency and chaos that is very exciting while you're in this massive battlefield, hordes of enemies. It's really a lot of fun.
そうですね。敵がたくさんいるところで自分だけではなくいろんなところでいろんな人が戦ってて、勝ったり負けたりしてるのが本当にチェックしながら自分の行く道を決められるので。
Hey, good work.
Good job, Chris.
今回は戦場にボス自体も出てきますからね。ボスがゼルダシリーズでこうボス部屋がありますけど、今回は戦場全体がボス部屋になりますからね。
Yeah, and you know, the boss battles actually take place in the same battlefield, in this same expansive battlefield. You know, normally in a Zelda game, it happens in the boss room.
Very exclusive.
But here, you know, it takes place. It can start on the battlefield, and it can move around the battlefield as well. So that is another different way that we've used the map.
By the way, I just want to reiterate, best loading screen I've ever seen.
このロード画面は
これ
今まで見てきた中で一番素晴らしい。
これすごい評判がいいんですよね。
Yeah, it's actually very well liked within the development team as well.
I'm sure.
小林拓さんたちってそのゼルダのいろんなシリーズの要素をいろんなところにこう散りばめてねくれてる。本当にねゼルダ愛に満ちたタイトルになってるんですよ。だからそれ皆さんねぜひねいろいろこう見つけてほしいなと思いますね。
Yeah, you know, as I play the game myself, I've noticed the different ways that Tecmo Koei developers have included little hints and little, you know, tributes to the different games in the Zelda series. So I'm hoping that people look forward to discovering those for themselves.
No, I'm sure they will be. Even sitting watching the loading screen, you just feel the.
ロード画面でもそういう音楽とかがどんどん思いつきます。
そうですね。さっきの妖精も出てくる月も全然違うタイトルですけど、皆さんゼルダファンの皆さんならあれって分かってもらえるものだと思うんで、これお祭りソフトでね、もうそんなのいっぱい入ってます。はい。
So that the fairy scene, you know, is something very, very common to Zelda players, but you know, the way we've created that within this game is very, very different. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, we call this kind of a celebration title, where we're kind of paying homage to Zelda. You know, it's a merger, but it's a merging of the two titles, and we really think it's.
I really like that term, celebration title. I mean, that really it's something that I think a lot of people forget in this day and age. You know how fun these things are supposed to be. They're games. The core of it is about fun, and this one is really. I mean, it is just from floor to ceiling. It's nothing but fun. It's really good to be reminded of that.
お祭りタイトル、お祭りソフトっていうのはすごい適していると思います。なぜかと言いますと、やっぱり無双の良さとゼルダの良さが本当にうまくマージされていると思うので、すごい楽しく遊べるんじゃないかと思います。みんなに。
そうですね。今回のゼルダ無双はその謎解き、ゼルダの伝説の謎解きっていう遊びではなくて、その剣を振るかっこいいリンクであったり、各ゼルダシリーズのキャラクターを遊んでもらうって遊びにしてますんで、今までのゼルダの伝説と全く全然違うその達成感っていうんですかがあると思いますから、ゼルダファンの皆さんも無双ファンの皆さんもぜひ手に取ってもらいたいなと思います。
So Legend of Zelda it's a puzzle solving game, and you know we've included puzzle solving elements, but you know the sense of accomplishment that we've spoken about today is definitely, you know, a big part of that is being able to have Link swing his sword and, you know, look really cool taking down all these enemies in one fell swoop. So, you know, I'm hoping that again, you know, fans of both the Dynasty Warriors series and the Zelda series can, you know, find enjoyment out of this particular title.
謎解きもぶっ飛ばせっていうねキーワードなんで。
So this is, I guess, blowing puzzle solving out of the water.
Nice. I like it. Like, and then, you know, we saw the introduction of Argarok, and like you were saying, it's also really interesting because Zelda enemies, Zelda bosses were usually in this very, they're often in this isolated environment where you focus solely on the strategies that that boss is applying and you having to adjust to that or figure out how you're going to do it. Here, you're taking on the boss in the middle of everything, so it's really a test and again like a really fun testament to having to multitask in a lot of ways that hasn't been present in previous iterations of Zelda, I think.
林さんがおっしゃった通り、ゼルダのゲームの中でボス戦に入ると一つのお部屋の中でそのボスをどうすれば倒せるんだっていうふうに考えながらやるんですけれども、このゲームではボスはそのボスだけではなく他の敵を倒しながらメンテナンスしながらそのボスを倒さなきゃいけないので本当にテストみたいな自分の力のどんだけ持ってるかのテストになってるかと思います、はい、
そうですね、ゼルダの伝説のボス戦って皆さんもそうだと思うんですけどものすごくやっぱり完成された遊びじゃないですか。で我々がそこと同じ真似事をしてもしょうがないので、じゃあ我々の強みというか今回のお祭りだからできることって考えるともう雑魚と一緒に戦うで、しかもだけどみんなが求めているものってなんだろうっていうと、でもアイテムは使いたい。だからやっぱりキングドドンが口を開けたら投げるものはあれであってほしいし、尻尾が光ったらやっぱりかけるものはあれであってほしいしっていう、そのゼルダファンの皆さんがやりたいアクションを入れて、でもそれをこうゼルダ無双の遊びに仕上げようっていう風にもう本当開発しながらこの方向だっていう風に決まって今そういう風にボスバトルができているんで、ゼルダファンの皆さんも違うけどやりたかったのこれだよって思ってもらえるボス戦になってると思ってます。はい。
So each installment in the Zelda franchise is a complete experience in and of itself. And we didn't want to copy that, but when we approached development on this title, we knew that there were essential things that all Zelda fans wanted to do or expected to do. Well, not really expected, but wanted to do, and we wanted to really bring that out. And of course, we can't change the element where Link swings his sword. That's something that, everyone knows.
Right.
That is essential to the series. So, and we also said, okay, well, when the Dodongo opens its mouth, you're gonna have to throw something in there.
Throw a bomb.
And if the tail sparkles, you got to do something with that tail. So, we kept all of those again essential elements that Zelda users or Zelda fans have come to know and love. But we also tweaked it and included things that maybe they weren't expecting.
Right. That's great. Chris, I know you have some questions that you'd like to ask, so I'm going to take over playing.
Okay.
And
I set you up for good.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Should be good. To wrap this up.
I know Chris wants to speak.
クリスも質問があるので、はい。
I have to know. You both represent some pretty big franchises here.
Oh, what am I doing?
Ganondorf versus Lu Bu. Who wins in this fight?
ガノンドーフとルーブンの戦いの中でどっちが勝ちますっていう質問なんですけれども。
このハイラルウォーリアーズの中ですか？
So you mean within Hyrule Warriors or?
I know that Dynasty Warriors is based on ancient Chinese history, and this is based off of, I think, American history for Hyrule Warriors is American history, if I have my history correct. So in the real world, who wins between Ganondorf and Lu Bu?
多分一つは中国の歴史をもとに作られたと思う。でこれはアメリカの歴史をもとに作られてるんじゃないかと思うんですけれども、実際に戦うことになったらどっちが勝ちます？
まあ私はガノンドルフが勝つと思いますよ。
I think it might be Ganondorf.
Ooh, there we go, right there. What's the chance that someday we could have Lu Bu fight Ganondorf?
それをいつか実際に遊べる実現することってあります。
そうです。2を作りましょうか。
Maybe in a sequel, maybe in 2.
Oh, that is an exclusive for today.
I think that's all you're gonna get, Chris.
That's all I'm gonna get.
あれです。今回新しくプレイアブルキャラクターでゼルダ姫だったりミドナもプレイアブルで情報公開しましたけど、まだまだプレイアブルキャラクター実はいっぱいありますんで、ぜひ今後もぜひゼルダ無双を注目してもらいたいなと思います。
So at this E3, we've announced playable characters, not just Link, but also Midna and Princess Zelda. But that's not it. So I'm hoping that people stay tuned and look forward to getting more information about Hyrule Warriors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, here. I'm going to take us out. But
take us out, Ed.
I want to thank you so much for dropping by. This was a real pleasure.
当に
Thank
光栄
you.
です。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris,
yes.
thank you as well.
Thank you,
And
Ed.
don't go anywhere because we've got a lot more cool stuff coming up. We're going to do more deep diving into Splatoon. Come right back. Nintendo Treehouse live at E3.